Hey guys, so today we're doing an updated Monarch deck profile. I know I haven't uploaded in a while. Honestly, I can't even explain myself. I just get lazy. I'm a procrastinator. What can I say? So, just a disclaimer before we get started. I am in no way a competitive player. I know I said that in the last couple videos, but I really am. I've barely even been to like a tournament before, so just keep that in mind as you go. So we're gonna start with our traps. We're gonna start off with two Prime Monarch. So let me just wait for this to focus, if it will. There we go. So basically, this card can be really good, especially with Pantheism, um, and a couple other cards. You can see this is just a good card, Monarch trap card you want to send to the graveyard. But you could also set this card here. Once per turn, you can target two Monarch spell or trap cards in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, then draw one card. So that's actually a pretty dang good effect. Honestly, even if you wanted to get like your Stormforth or your Pantheism back into the deck, so you can maybe draw them again. Um, Also, if it's in your graveyard, this is its graveyard effect. You can banish one other Monarch spell or trap from your graveyard, and then special summon this card in defense position as a normal monster, fairy type light. That's kind of cool, level 5. Basically, just a standard Monarch in defense, which can help because Monarchs do tend to brick quite a bit. Um, Maybe less so nowadays, but they do tend to brick. So this is a good card just to make sure you have something on your field. And then, of course, one Monarchs Erupt. Some people would run three of this. I run one mostly. I mean, I recommend you run three actually, but I don't know. I guess if you don't have the cards you need, I guess you could say this card would be a little bricky. Anyway, let's get our one-ofs out of the way. We got a hold on. First off, we got Monster Reincarnation. I hope you know what that does. It's a very basic effect. It's limited right now, and it probably will continue to be limited. Reinforcement of the army at a level 4 lower warrior monster, and then 1 for 1. So both of these you'll see they will summon your. There's only one level 1 monarch that you use in this deck. I think, yeah. And that would be Ada. Ada right here. Uh, and that's pretty much why we have these guys. I can explain Ada a little later. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So those are our one-ofs. Next up, we got one March of the Monarchs. One mostly because it's not a very crazy card. You just tribute summon monsters you control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. That's a given. If you didn't already know this, Monarchs don't use an extra deck. Um, so you don't need any extra. Well, there's a version of Monarchs which are use an extra deck, but I personally prefer the no extra deck Monarchs. Um, but yeah, this can help stack with vanities and uh, domain to really just make sure your opponent can't do anything because this is a stall deck. So next up we have 3 Tenacity. Tenacity is just straight up, just literally just search any Monarch spell and trap, and that is just so. Well, I mean you have to have a standard Monarch in your hand with the 24 and 28 with 1,000 defense, but that I mean you usually have one of those unless you bricked. So um, yeah, add one Monarch spell or trap card from your deck to your hand, which that's just so good. So simple, so easy to use. I love this card. So we got Domain here. Domain. Oh. Okay. So Domain is the field spell of the Monarchs, which is it's a very cool card. While you have no cards in your extra deck and you are the only player that controls a tribute summon monster, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. That would pretty much cripple the majority of standard decks. This is why this is considered an anti-meta deck, because it's a stall deck, I guess. Not I guess, it is a stall deck. If a tribute summon monster you control attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 800 attack during damage calculation only. That'll just help beef up your monarchs, because 2400 attack isn't really much nowadays. If you just want to beat something over, this is a good effect. Just remember it's once per turn. Or wait, no, sorry, it's not. Once per turn, you can reduce the level of one monster with 2800 and 1000 defense in your hand by 2 until the end of this turn. Even after they are summoned, set, and even if this card leaves the field. That is absolutely fantastic, because the higher level monarchs might require 2 tribute summons. So this will help you just get 1 tribute summon, and it'll just help you get that monarch on the field. That's what you're going to want. 3 of those. So this is the monarch's blood, if you didn't know. So you're going to run 3 of these. Ooh, shiny. Let's look at the shiny one. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Yeah. The Monarch Stormforth. So once during this turn, if you would tribute a monster for a tribute summon, you can tribute 1 monster your opponent controls as if you controlled it. You can only activate 1 Monarch Stormforth per turn. During the turn you activate this card, you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck. You'll notice that is a trend, and I think that's why I admire extra deck monarchs so much, because they tend to just kind of work around these limitations of just you can't, special summon from the extra deck. But yeah. So basically, just use your opponent's monster as a tribute summon. But remember, you can only tribute summon 1 of their monsters. But you could also, use domain, lower the level, make sure it's only 1 tribute summon. That is just an amazing card. So we've got, next up, we've got Return of the Monarch. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. That's just the Monarch standard. When you tribute summon a monster, you can activate 1 of these effects. Okay, so every time you tribute summon a monster, you can activate 1 of these. Add a monster from your deck to your hand. 1 monster with 24. Different name of that tribute summon monster. I didn't know it was different name, actually. And then the same thing for a higher level monarch with 2800 attack. The tribute summon monster must be face up on the field to activate and to resolve this effect. Yeah, you can only use the effect. Yeah, that's a good effect. It's that's an infinite spell. I don't know the actual term. I told you I'm not professional. I'm not a professional Yu-Gi-Oh player. But this is actually a pretty dang good card. It helps Monarchs be a little less bricky, because you can just get it helps you kind of just keep getting Monarchs in your hand consistently. Anyway, here is another Monarch card staple. We've got Pantheism. Wow, this card is good. So, send 1 Monarch Spell Trap from your hand. Also, you're going to want 3 of these. Guaranteed. Oh, all the ones I had 3 of. Send 1 monster... send 1 Monarch Spell Trap card from your hand to the graveyard. Draw 2 cards. That's just literally... just a better version of the Prime Monarch. You can banish this card from your graveyard, reveal 3 Monarch Spell and Trap cards from your deck, and your opponent chooses 1 for you, add it to your hand, and if you do, shuffle the rest back into your deck. You can only use this effect of Pantheism once per turn. So basically, what you can do is just, it's in the graveyard, banish it, alright? Next thing you know, you pick 3 cards for him, alright? Let's see what we're gonna give him. We're gonna give him, let's see. Alright. So we're gonna give him a Stormforth and 2 Tenacity, alright? So just imagine Stormforth is like 1 card you want, but let's say you want, I don't know, an Erupt also. You could have either or. So basically, they're gonna pick Stormforth. They're not gonna pick Stormforth, sorry, because they're like, oh, I know that card. That card is good. I don't want them having that card. So I'm gonna pick Tenacity. Which little did they know, I can literally just search literally any other Monarch spell or trap card. And you're really not going to want that. So just a tip, if you're ever fighting a Monarch player and they give you the option of Tenacity, and some other card, pick the other card every time. Because if you pick Tenacity, you're giving them the opportunity to just search any card in their deck and just add it to their hand. Even, like, any of them. So you really just don't want that. Even if you're like, oh, but I don't want them having Stormforth, just chill out, okay? You don't want them searching literally anything in the deck. All right, so now we're moving on to monsters here. We've got Ada the Heavenly Squire. Um, it is a level 1 warrior. And if this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon one monster with 800 attack and 1000 defense from your deck in defense position, except Ada the Heavenly Squire. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. Basically, that is an awesome, awesome effect because a lot of people are wondering, like, okay, well, this is a deck based around tribute summoning, and you're trying to use it in 2020. Like, come on, dude. But this Monarchs are designed to be good for tribute summoning. This literally just gets you another free tribute on the field, just in case you didn't have domain already, so you could lower the level. There you go, a free second tribute. Um, and that can really mess a lot of people up. Um, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished Monarch spell and trap cards, add it to your hand. Yeah, so that's the less amazing effect. It's kind of okay, like it's pretty good, but well, I mean I guess it's pretty good, but like, I mean, how much are you gonna have banished Monarch School Trap card? I guess Pantheism, get a Pantheism back. That's a pretty good effect, solid effect. But most people care about the first one a lot more. So now we're gonna run 3 Eidos, the Underworld. Hold on, let me let this focus. Come on. Okay, just don't focus then. So basically, oh, there we go. Eidos, he is similar to Ada. He has the same amount of attack. He's I guess what I'd call him the baby monarchs. He helps you get the big boys out. Um, okay, there we go. If this card is normal or special summon during your main phase, this turn, you can tribute summon one monster in addition to your normal summon slash set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one. Oh, sorry. That's the second effect. We'll start with the first effect. That's a great effect also for just tribute summoning, basically. Like, that is absolutely fantastic. You totally want that because you can normal summon this guy and then still have the tribute summon, which really just makes tribute summoning a lot easier and a lot less inconsistent. So yeah. So let's see. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one monster with 800 attack and 1000 defense in your graveyard, except Eidos the Underworld Squire. Special summon in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck this turn. That is absolutely so useful because like late game monarchs can get kind of hard to play. You have this guy in the graveyard. Banish himself, summon like Ada, then summon another baby from the another baby monarch from the deck. You're golden, honestly. If you just had too many monarchs in the field. Like, a lot of people don't really understand that monarchs are designed to help with bricking. They're not, made to brick, like a lot of people believe. So this, we're going to run one Mithra. I'm pretty sure that's standard. One Mithra. This is actually a new card added to the thing. Also, Pantheism's at 3 now. That's great, but it's not really, going to wreck the metagame. So, anyway, Mithra. If this card is in your hand, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. Also, special summon this card, and if you do, special summon one vassal token to your opponent's side of the field in defense position. So it gives your opponent a token, but that's not really a big deal for you because it's just a token. Like, I guess it's a tribute or whatever for your opponent, but I don't think your opponent's going to be running Monarchs. So, yeah. This is just a free special summon from the hand. That's great. That's just and it doesn't count as a normal summon, so you can still tribute summon this that same turn. So it's great. If this card is tribute summoned for a tribute summon, okay. If this card is tributed for a tribute summon, you can activate this effect. You can tribute summon one monster during your main phase, this turn, in addition to your normal summon. Um, Wow. Okay, that's a great effect because you can. That's basically Ados's effect. Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome, awesome. So now here's where things have changed quite a bit. Sadly, monarchs nowadays don't have as much big monarchs as I would like them to. I just wish that you could run more monarch cards as the large ones. But so we're gonna start off with Two Majesty's Fiend. This card cannot be special summoned. Neither player can activate monster effects. That is absolutely fantastic. That is great for a stall deck. Also, if you noticed here, it has the exact same attack and defense for a Monarch card. So I don't know why they didn't just make this a Monarch card, but it's used in a Monarch deck, has the same thing, so you can use all the spell and trap cards that apply to this type of 2400 and 1000 defense. But where that for some reason doesn't apply is with Vanity's Fiend. He has an extra 200 defense, so you cannot search Vanity's Fiend or use him for a lot of the other Monarch spell and trap cards that say you need this certain amount of attack and defense to summon it. But cannot be special summoned. Neither player can special summon monsters. That is a great stall card, just like Majesty's. You have Majesty's and Vanity's Fiend with an Erupt and Domain on the field. Your opponent literally can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, they're just blocked out of literally everything. And then they'll forfeit, and you'll feel like a jerk. That's just kind of how Monarchs play. So, yeah, here we go. I'll just go ahead and do these guys together. We've got Aether and Erebus. Aether and Erebus. So, these guys, these are like the only large monarchs that you want, and they are the best ones. I could also recommend the Light Monarch. He's also very good. I might add that to a new variation of the deck. But yeah. So, you can tribute summon this card by tributing one tribute summon monster. Jeez. If this card is tribute summon, you can send 2 Monarch spell and trap cards with different names from your hand or deck to the graveyard. And if you do special summon one monster with 2400 or more attack and 1000 defense from your deck, but return it to the hand during the end phase. That basically gets you 2 things. That's going to get you a free Monarch on the field for this turn, which might help you win. Just, have more Monarchs on the field. That's good. But you can also just get it right back to your hand, which is also amazing. So you can just get another Monarch added to your hand, that's just an amazing effect. And it only takes 2 Monarch spell traps with different names from your hand or deck. So you can just search. So just get a Prime and then get, a Pantheism, send him to the graveyard, summon another Monarch with 2400 or more. That's just absolutely amazing. So during your opponent's main phase, if this card is in your hand, you can banish 1 Monarch spell and trap card from your graveyard immediately after this effect resolves. Wait, okay. Hold on. Oh, okay. Sure. It's no big deal. Anyway, Aether, that's a fantastic card. Yeah, this is one of the higher level Monarchs, though, so you're going to want to remember you have to use Domain, you have to attribute 2. Those are your options. Either use domain or tribute to. I made this mistake before because I'm not the smartest. You can tribute summon. Erebus, 3 of. You can tribute summon this card by tributing. I don't need to read that. If this card is tribute summoned, you can send 2 Monarch spell and trap cards with different names from your hand or deck to the graveyard. And if you do, shuffle. So you can see that's kind of Ada's effect, where you just send 2 Monarch spell and trap cards with different names to the graveyard. So if you do, shuffle 1 card from your opponent's hand at random, graveyard, or their side of the field into the deck. So they got something really annoying on the field, or a back row, or just you want to kill some or put something in their hand back to the deck, just be a jerk, go ahead. That's just an amazing effect. Once per turn during either player's main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can discard 1 Monarch spell and trap card, then target 1 monster in your graveyard with 2400 or more and 1000 defense and add it to your hand. That's kind of like let's see, the small version of this guy, the Squire. We got Ados. Ados, what he did was he summoned a small like a small monarch. This guy right here, he summons a big monarch from the graveyard. Don't forget that effect exists. Monarchs aren't as bricky as they may seem at first, guys. Come on. So that was my 2020 Monarch deck profile. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know if you want to see an updated dinosaur deck, because that's changed quite a bit. Or any other thing. Just let me know. Anyway, gamers, see you later. Have a good day.